Good morning. In terms of last weekend, I saw a lot of good things. Was very, very pleased. Jeremy Poston broke our school record by 14 feet in the hammer throw. And the great thing about that was you talked to Jeremy and Coach Lemke after the event, and they were both actually kind of disturbed because they feel like Jeremy can throw a lot further. And so that was good to hear. Also very pleased with the development of some of our female athletes. Keely Medeiros and Ashley Miller continue to do a great job for us in the discus, and Keely and Fidel in the shot put. It was good to see Darche Davis open up her college career, faster than she did in high school. So that was a good sign. And I think the big thing for us was just to get out there and to kind of shake the rust off from indoor season and get outdoors where we're more accustomed to. Very good performances by Matt Mazurek, who ran right at his PR for 1,500 meters and had like a 3-second personal best in the 800. So in terms of this weekend, I'm very excited about the relays. It's always a great competition, and when she just says that this is the 67th running of the event, it's a pretty special thing. But I think the big thing for us is we just want to kind of get our feet wet, kind of get the outdoor season kicked off. We have very high expectations of ourselves and things we want to get done this year. And this week will be a great indication because we've got great athletes across the board. We've got a lot of post-collegiate athletes. We've got some great teams coming down. So it'll be a good indicator for what we can do outdoors this year.
Questions for Coach?
Could you talk about the excitement obviously surrounding this event, the one time most Gator fans get to see your track teams perform?
Actually 2 times with
Sorry.
Tom Jones
that's
and
right,
Tom
Tom
Jones.
Jones.
Yeah.
But now it's outside?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
One of the 2 times I
Yeah.
get to see you guys.
Yeah. I think it's always good when we can perform at home in front of our fans. You get to sleep in your own beds and be around family and friends. And obviously we train on the track every day. But I think, again, the big thing for us is we have to maintain our focus. We're not going to perform well just because we're at home. We have to come out and we have to do the things we do every day in practice to prepare ourselves for that. So, again, I'm very excited about it. But the other part of it is when you're at home and you're running the meet, it's not as easy to coach. So, but we're well prepared. We'll be fine.
I know you said you wanted your women's team to kind of step up a little bit, not where you want them to be yet. But obviously you said this past week in UCF you saw a few good things. What have you seen from the team so far?
Well, what I see a different focus. We met after the national indoor meet, and basically the theme of the meeting was we have to be who we are. We know the ladies were kind of doubting themselves, and so I had to just kind of remind them of who they were, that they're here because we believe in them and trust them. If we didn't do that, they wouldn't be here. They wouldn't be athletes on this team. But what I've seen is, again, an incredible focus and a determination to show that, we are competitors and that we can do well. And I think you're going to see that outdoors. And plus, I think we're a better outdoor team anyway. We have a lot of girls from the state of Florida who, before they came here, had never seen an indoor track before in their lives. So that's not an excuse. We still got to do better, but we will be better outdoors.
All right, Coach. So, with the last 2 weekends, the 7 combined individual victories and the school record, what was the most encouraging thing you saw from the 2 events in Orlando?
Well, I think obviously Jeremy posted the school record is very encouraging, but for me, it's all about effort. I'm real big on if you put the uniform on, we got to represent the University of Florida and what we do here with a lot of pride, and I saw a lot of that this weekend. We still got a ways to go with some people, but I think, again, the big thing for me is that understanding the importance of representing the University of Florida at a high level, and I'm seeing a lot of that now.
All right. So, this weekend you have a lot more of your athletes competing. You have more people competing. So, what are the emotions, of you, the coaches, and the athletes just finally kind of getting everybody out there, finally for.
Yeah. Well, from an emotional standpoint, I mean, it's a track meet, and if we put our spikes on and put our uniforms on, and there's a gun and all that stuff involved, we're going to be excited about it. That's what we do. We're very passionate about our jobs, and so. Being the Florida Relays, obviously is important because we're at home, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't change the fact that we're competing. So we're all very excited about that. But again, I don't think there's anybody out there that's going to be shocked by anything we do this weekend. We're a very talented team on both sides of the coin, and we've just got to go out and put our best foot forward. And now after the Florida Relays, we'll have to see where we are, and then as a coaching staff, we'll sit down and figure out ways we can get better. But right now, we're just trying to get a benchmark for that.
All right. Going into this weekend, are there any individual athletes that you're excited to seek out there in terms of maybe they're going to improve vastly, or you're just excited in general to see them finally get their legs under them and go?
I'm excited to see anybody puts a uniform on this weekend. The big thing for me is that, we've got to forget what happened 2 weeks ago. It's over, it's done with. We can't lean on that anymore. I want to see the women and men put the uniform on and compete at a high level. That's what I'm excited about, and I'm sure that they'll tell you they're excited about that also.
All right, and the men have finished second in the outdoor championship the last 2 years. Does that affect you guys at all in terms of your goals this year?
Well, I'll just put it to you like this: we don't have any plans of trying to pick up another silver trophy. We've done that. We've done enough of that around here. Our goal is to be the best team in the country, and we're training like that every day. Anytime that we have a bad day in practice, I just simply have to say, guys, we've lost 2 national championships by a total of 3 points, and we get back to work. So, is it a motivating factor for us? Yes. But is it something we carry around with us every day? No. It's not. It's not about that. I mean, those 2 meets are over and done with. We can't go back. We can't redo them. We can't rescore them. But what we're going to do is make sure we put ourselves in position to try to win it this year.
All right, thanks, Coach.
You're welcome.
Tony McQuay had a nice freshman season for you last year. I'm wondering, how's his development been and where is he now in his sophomore year?
Tony's right up there with, some of the best quarter models I've ever had come through here, and probably his progress to this point is better than anyone's I've ever had, with the exception of Karan Clement. So we're very excited about Tony. He got a little dinged up at the national meet, but he's fine, he's healthy, and he's going to run a couple of relays this weekend. But very excited about Tony. Not only is he a talented guy, he's a leader, and from an emotional and from a spiritual standpoint. So I think the big thing for us with Tony is making sure we keep him healthy and have him ready to run at the end of the year when we need him most.
You said he's dinged up. Is that where maybe sort of your depth comes in to this year? You can sort of move guys around, sub guys in and out, and you don't fall off too much.
Yeah, well, again, when we're recruiting, kind of the theme for us is we want to be a broad-based program. In the past, we've kind of been just strictly sprint-oriented, and we've tried to get away from that. We're going to sprint here. That's what we do, but we've got triple jumpers and throwers and, distance runners and hurdlers. So the big thing for us right now is that we want everybody to be healthy, but we're also, I think we showed at the National Indoor Championships that you lose an important piece of the puzzle like Tony McQuay, and we have a couple of guys who have bad meets, and we were still able to win the national championship because we are a complete team.
The guy who I guess fits that bill is Greg Warren, and what does he contribute in terms of he's all over the place. He does sort of a little bit of everything for you.
Yeah, well, Gray's our decathlete. He's an All-American, and he's the SEC champion indoors and out. And I think what Gray does for us at the championship meets is he's kind of sets the tone for the rest of the team. When you walk into the building, and I'll give you an example at the NCAA Indoor Championships, when the guys walked into the building and asked how Gray was doing, and Gray told Christian Taylor, "I'm 7th right now, but I'm going to be in the top 5 after this 1,000." So, kind of gives the rest of the guys, okay, Gray's got us off to a good start, so now let's keep it rolling. And I think what also it does too is they see Gray out there every day. He's a young man that practices for 10 different events over a week's time. So it's hard for a guy that's, say, just a triple jumper or just a 100-meter guy to complain when you got this guy over here training for 10 events. So he's very inspirational in that way.